Starr's beer reviews. Tonight we're going to take a look at a beer that recently showed up here in New Brunswick liquor stores. Not as recent as some of the stuff I've been looking at tonight. Of course, not that you know what I've been looking at tonight, considering how much I upload these out of order. We're going to take a look at a new product from Garrison. We're going to look at their In-Session IPA. 4.5% ABV. It's actually a bit stronger than most India Session Ales. And what an India Session Ale is, and you probably know this by now because most people who watch my channel lately seem to be the same people. And if you know, I'm not a huge fan of India Session Ales. And what they are is that they're an IPA, but they're made lighter. They're lighter bodied, lighter hops, lighter ABV, so that you can drink a ton of these and still get that nice hoppy flavor. I tend to prefer just American Pale Ales because they're lighter and hoppy, maybe not as hoppy, and kind of do a better job of these, because a lot of these India Session Ales kind of leave me thinking they get these overwhelming resiny bitterness on top of a soda water background. It just doesn't balance right. And I got that complaint about like Muskoka Detour and Lagunitas Fractional. Although there's been a couple that have surprised me. There was one I had in Ontario that wasn't bad. I can't remember the name of it. And there was Red Racer's India Session Ale from this year, not last year's. This year's that was really good. And anyway, so Garrison made one, and I've got myself a 6-pack of it, and I'm going to check it out. Check it out while it's still fresh, anyway. Considering I'm sitting on a mountain of beer and I need to get through it. So, looking at that, if you were tell me that was an IPA, that looks like a decent IPA. Slight off-white, like a slight yellow tinge to the head, on top of this orange amber body. Well, it's more like orange yellow, but from what I'm used to when it comes to ISAs, this is actually a little bit deeper in color. Let's give it a sniff. Bready biscuit. The hops smell like they've faded a little bit off the top, but they're there. There's kind of like this little bit of a citrus touch to it, on top of what's mainly a bready biscuit background. Put it down the hatch. Cheers. So, it's light, but not as light as some ISAs. You get this little bit of citrus, this little bit of resin, maybe a touch of pine lingering in the very back, and I know the fuzz would hate this, but it is light and very, it almost feels like puffy and carbonated, but it doesn't have a lot of carbonation streaming up through it. I should mention it's also quite clear, not filtered. It's filtered. On top of this really nice biscuity background. It's actually really quite decent. I'm trying to think. What did I know I had this a little while ago. And I can't remember what I gave it on. And of course, I'm looking at my rating on Untappd. I'm on Untappd. If you look up Maxwell Starr, I'm there. Yeah, actually, I agree with that. You don't know what I'm reading. Very lightly sweet caramel, bready background, and then a nice gentle hop. And it's more malt forward than hop forward on this one. And that's actually a nice touch, because a lot of these Session IPAs tend to be hop forward, and they have a soda water background that really doesn't meld well with the actual beer itself, and I find it doesn't work, and that's the reason why ISAs don't work for me. Well, this one comes out in a different direction and goes for the malt forward IPA, and to me that works, because in this situation it has the body to back up the hops that they throw at it, and it ends up being a really tasty beer. It's not overwhelming over the top. I'm not going to call it as good as that last year's, or sorry, not as good as this year's version of Red Racer ISA. But it's still really decent. I'm going to give it a 3.5 out of 5. And it is definitely a fine India Session Ale, and I could session this, and I have access to it, so I could session it. Yes! Anyway, tasty. Try it. You might like it. Anyway, thanks for watching Maxwell Starr's Beer Reviews. We will talk to you folks later. Oh yeah.